At our Tuesday morning Bible study, Pastor Rob challenged us to write a short 2 to 3 minute testimony. I'm going to share what I wrote, and your reactions would be appreciated and welcome. I had been in church regularly since I was born, and I knew dozens of Bible studies from Sunday school, but no one at my parents' church ever talked about salvation. I was about 12 when my dad became a Christian and told me how to become a Christian. I believed him and prayed to become a follower of Christ. He also explained that I should study to show myself approved unto God and that what I did should be done as unto God. I've often wondered what life would have been like without my relationship with God, because He has directed my life in marvelous ways. Obviously, life hasn't been perfect, but I can look back and think, as my friend Clark used to say, would it make any difference 100 years from now? I played piano, organ, and saxophone, sang in the choir, and thought I would become a music teacher. Although the grades my freshman year of college were higher than those of any other year, I realized that teaching music was not what I was meant to do. And without really knowing what I was getting into, changed schools and studied accounting. I believe it was God's leading that caused me to accept a job with a regional CPA firm in Davenport, Iowa, instead of a larger, more prestigious firm in Chicago. Because of that decision, I met and married Ruth Ann. A few years later, I decided to change jobs, but my employer created a new job for me instead, which must have been God's work, because I don't think the firm had ever done that before or since. We moved 5 times over the 42 years I spent with the CPA firm, and each time we found opportunities to serve God in numerous ways and to grow. We had no plans to move from our home in Missouri when I retired, but I'm convinced God wanted us to be here. When someone told me that people moved to Sun City to die, I was somewhat startled because I really hadn't thought about it that way. I know I'm going to die, but I'm going to be as active as possible and serve God wherever He leads me until then. I hope that'll be a long time, but life is fragile and can end in an instant. The good news is that when this life ends, I'll be in a perfect place with a perfect God and perfect people. Not because of anything I've done, because of Jesus' sacrifice on my behalf and my acceptance of His gift of salvation. I hope you've accepted God's gift of salvation and will join me there. Have a blessed day.